Okay guys, I cannot believe it, but yes, this is Dr. Frank Kern.
Attorney at law.
Attorney at law,
yes.
That I'm currently sat next to in a bar, drinking tonic. Is that tonic?
Yes. Yes ma'am, it is.
So Dr. Kern, please tell our very lucky audience what got you started in the internet marketing business. What was it that really inspired you to get going?
I was working at the time, and I determined that it was more fun to sit around drinking vodka tonic than it was to go to work every day. So I set about to devise a system to avoid daily work and therefore have more free time. So really, it was just wanting to move towards more time freedom than anything else, you know.
Fantastic. And what would you say is your secret to success?
Well, that was where the difficulty came in. I determined through careful and protracted experimentation that being able to sit around and drink vodka tonic all day actually took a considerable amount of work. So the secret to the success I've had, I would say, has been just really going back to work after repeated, constant failure, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, just working basically, not screwing around. That was the secret to the success. Because usually when we're in direct response, and more times than often we're wrong, then we are right. You know, I mean, take a conversion rate for example. You get 2 people out of 100 buy, it's pretty good. That means you're wrong 98% of the time. So that whole stick-to-itiveness, if that's a word, it sounds good, and just hard work, you know.
How do you cope with rejection?
Well, it's easy online. You don't see anyone. That's the appeal. You know, you write a letter, you never see them if they don't enjoy your sales copy or whatever. So that's the great thing about salesmanship in print. You don't really experience. You know, now you experience a campaign not working or whatever, and that's a shame. But it's really just a test result. So you have to understand that everything's so temporary. If one ad campaign doesn't work or whatever, it doesn't mean that the whole concept won't work or that nothing will ever work again. You know, it's just a test that gave a result. In that case, the result was a lack of conversions or whatever. So there's nothing to it, you know.
What did you do before you went into internet marketing?
Door-to-door credit card machine salesman.
Ah, so
yes.
You were used to rejection.
I got great at it, I would say. Very good at receiving it. No? Really? Okay, that's great. If you want me to wet myself, go fuck off then. Right, okay, you know. Yeah, that was why I got into the whole thing. I got tired of going door to door. And, you know, strangely, busy business owners don't really sit around waiting for guys to come in and try to sell them credit card machines. So they didn't tell me that when I was signing up for the job, you know. So I got tired of having to go through that. That's why I got online in the first place. My dream was to never have to go to work and never actually have to talk to anybody if I didn't want to, you know. So that was the beginning. Of course, none of those things turned true, and I'm happy they didn't. It doesn't matter to me now. That was the ugly truth.
And who inspired you along the way?
I would say the best advice I ever got from all that was a guy named Dan Kennedy. Probably the best marketing teacher ever in history. I would say the best marketer, the best direct response marketer in my lifetime for sure. Up there with men like Claude Hopkins and even Ogilvy. Was truly one of the greats. So I would say 90% of everything I learned about marketing and salesmanship was from Dan. Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. And if you could give people who, a lot of my audience are people who are just thinking of starting their own business, both online and offline, and also people who have just started, could you give them any sort of gems of advice?
It's not going to be very profound sounding, but the best advice I could give, if they'll heed it, is just to get started and get to work. And if it doesn't work out, don't worry about it, and just do something else. And if you keep doing that, and you have like intelligent, focused effort, you will find as much success as you want. It worked out that way for me. The biggest impediment, and there are really only 2, is one, the failure to get started and actually do something, and then 2, the ability to keep going after that first attempt doesn't pan out the way you thought it would. Not to say that it won't, but more often than not it doesn't, and that's fine. It's not a big deal.
You come across, Frank, as somebody who's pretty sort of secure in yourself and not too worried whether people, like you or don't really like you. I think there's a lot of fear out there about, people being judged or, what people are going to think about them when they get online or make videos or anything like that. Have you got anything to sort of say about that?
Some people are going to like you and some aren't, Here's the deal. Right now, probably there's some people out there that don't like you, no matter who you are. So that's not going to change. It's just you're going to be exposed to more people. And here's the thing. Here's the way to really look at it. If you examine your current situation and you say, okay, well, 90% of the people I know like me, 2% or 10% don't, and just expand that. So if you know 100 people, that means 10 people don't like you now. Once 10,000 people via marketing and stuff, that means that same 10% ratio is going to hold the same, and whatever, who cares, What are you going to do? Go broke because you're scared some dude in another city behind a computer is going to look at you online and say, I don't like that person. They're probably on your way home from work. Some guy looked out their window and said, I don't like that person. I don't like what they're wearing. They have on a Nike t-shirt. I wear Reeboks. What kind of an asshole is going to wear Nike? So what are you going to do? I don't know. I guess that's not the best answer, but I have no profound answer for that. Some people aren't going to like it. So what?
That's a great answer.
Yeah.
No, that's a great answer. So just to finish off, Frank, what do you think the future holds for you and for the internet business?
Man, I can't speak for the internet business. I think it'll continue to get better. We're a new media, so all signs point to good stuff. More people are using the internet. It's becoming mainstream, which is great. It's about 5 years ago, people would be freaked out to buy stuff online. Someone would get their credit card. I think there's still a little bit of that, but all that's going away, which is fantastic. It's getting more widespread. We got these things now. These are great. We could put our crap in front of people on their phones now, even, which is fantastic. So I'd say it's nowhere but up. It's for future me. I'm just going to try to hang out, have a good time, make a couple bucks. Same old thing,
Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's great. Thank you, Dr. Frank Kern.
Attorney at law.
Attorney at law.
With NASA.
I'll leave you to enjoy your tonic.
Thank you very much.